then when you're the ex-royals, Harry and Meghan, as we've often said here on the show, titles literally have become a bit of a thorny topic. You know, we often say, don't we, how Meghan basically stated that titles meant nothing to her living in California, of course, in the United States, and rightly so. While a lot of Americans love the British monarchy, titles don't necessarily mean the same thing over there. But that's not to say, of course, they don't prove very useful. And as I know from our many chums here on this channel, our community, how much you admired, respected, of course, people like the late Duke of Edinburgh, His Royal Highness Prince Philip, and of course the wonderful Queen Elizabeth II. But it's interesting to note how this sort of situation is developing with Prince Harry. You see, if you recall recently, he spoke about how he wouldn't mind becoming an American citizen. It was something apparently that he thought about. And then he had a rethink. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you today. Thank you so much for your company. I know we'll have a wave. It's night time, we can afford it. Are you going to bed or are you just getting up? You're going to bed. You're falling asleep. Well, I can see you're dribbling. Do try and keep up. It's not good, is it? On a serious note as ever, it's lovely to have your company and thank you for taking the time out. Welcome one and all as ever. Brand new subscribers. There's no escape now, you're trapped. Yeah, so I know you might think you can unsubscribe. I'll come down, we'll find you, won't we? Yes, the rest of the chums will sort you out. Back as ever though to your royal story of the day. Interesting this because as we know in election year, an election that's becoming very fraught of course over in the United States, and I've covered them a couple of times working for US TV channels. I remember a few years back now, do you remember John McCain, I think he was? Very nice man, in fact. I didn't realise who he was. He got on the bus. I thought he was there to drive it. Nobody introduced you. Totally embarrassing. But of course, you don't know our politicians, and I didn't necessarily know yours. As we do know, one of yours, who's budding to be president yet again, is none other than Donald Trump. No fan of Meghan and Harry. Seemingly, as Donald's pointed out, he found it disgusting the way that both of them had treated the late Queen and indeed Prince Philip. But now what's interesting is Harry was seriously looking at citizenship. Now this is very problematic with the problems ongoing with his visa, drug issues, all of that sort of stuff, as one can imagine. The bigger story now though is this, because he would have to relinquish his title. That's right, the Duke of Sussex. Even being calling himself Prince could be problematic. Or could it? You see, the reason behind this is that Harry and Meghan both believe that they will be able to keep their titles simply because they're embedded in the public conscience. But a bigger thing than that is this, that a little bit like Edward and Mrs. Simpson many years ago, Harry believes that his elder brother, Prince Philip, would simply allow him to call himself that, simply because he feels, okay, if that's your only royal connection, that might happen. The bigger story, though, legally, is that he would have to relinquish that. And according to that source, Prince Harry does not want to do that. The bells. No, it's not a colander in my jacket. This is really me. But seriously, got the giggles now. But seriously, I've got to tell you that this will become something of a big issue. Will he ever stop? I've got to tell you on a serious note that this will become something of a big issue, truly. But Harry does not plan, neither does Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, to give up that title if Harry does pursue, and I've been told that he very much would like to, given his status over here in the United Kingdom, to finally become an American citizen. Now, for everybody watching out in the United States of America, how do you feel about that? As ever, do let me know in the comments below, and as ever, do like and share. I'm off to sort the bells out now. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.